Frigidaire side by side, and our complaint on this, the fresh food section, you can see 5 in H, that means high temperature. So the temperature is not reached here, okay? So a couple things could be the issue. We have a damper, and you can always reach your hand up here and feel. You should feel air. If all is well, you should feel air flowing. Now, back here, you have what you call an opening. And as you can see, you have some ice back there. And then we're gonna check down below. That's not supposed to be there. You also have vent holes. And you can see they actually have ice in them. So that is restricting the airflow from being pulled across. So pay attention to those things. A lot of times your damper is not bad. You're just not getting any airflow coming through here. So as we close this door, we go over here, you can hear the fan. The fan is running. You can put your hand up there, you can feel airflow. So your fan is fine. So our issue is going to be why it's freezing and blocking the vent hole. So now you want to start checking your door seal. And also you can see this. That means air is being pulled in. That's not supposed to be there. You want to check in here. You can pour a tiny cup or teaspoon of water, and water should not flow out of there. You see some frosting here as well. That is not normal along here. So I'm thinking something to do, see that? That is not normal, okay? So maybe the door is not being closed properly. Check those things. So we're gonna defrost down there, get that fixed before we even worry about the damper, because the damper may be okay. All right, but double check your door seals. Make sure those are good. All right, let's get this defrosted. So we're gonna pour a little bit of water here. This is the chute, the ice chute.
Okay.
And water should not flow. So let's see.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh, you can see a tiny drip. That could be condensation, but nothing is leaking. So
Okay.
we look good there.
That's a good thing.
That's a good thing. Also, you guys have a towel I could put down?
Sure.
Yeah, please.
There you go. I need a bigger
Thank
one.
you. This should be okay for now. All right, so we're gonna blast through the steam, and we're gonna try and unclog whatever hole of ice we have here, and it's gonna go into the freezer. Alright, I don't feel any airflow. I'm still gonna give it a couple minutes and see if it opens up. We might be dealing with a bad damper because there's no airflow at all. Oh, I feel something. Alright, so we got this down. Now, to get these screws out, you're gonna need a tiny tip to get to those screws. If it's too wide, it's not gonna fit. Alright, so this is our assembly, and we have our thermistor still plugged in, and you can hear it. Listen. It's trying to open. I'm going to apply some heat to this thermistor and see how it reacts. It should already be open, the damper. I'm going to unplug. As you can see, the damper is still closed. It should be open. All right, guys, so your damper's in. You want to feel the air?
Oh,
You can
okay,
feel,
yeah.
you can massively feel that. Wow, get a feel real quick.
Oh, it's coming out a little better.
Oh yeah, oh,
Yeah.
it's oh, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely flowing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so
Like
that's
the flow of
easily.
first time.
Yeah. All right, guys. So the H will continue to flash until the temperature is red here and is corrected. So don't be alarmed. All right. All right, guys. So we're working on a Frigidaire. This is on a side-by-side, and this is going to be the whole control assembly. This will be the piece that you look at inside the refrigerator. And so a lot of times you'll have the freezer will be nice and cold, but the refrigerator section, fresh food, will not. And the main reason for that is this. That's your damper, and it will be located right there on the left side when you look inside the unit. So if you hear this noise, which I'm going to plug this in and power, that's the motor, and a lot of times it's just the motor itself is bad. Usually you gotta replace the entire piece, but sometimes you're able to just pull the motor out and tap it sometimes and it starts to work. But I want you to hear the noise that it makes so you'll know what to replace, even though it's being energized, but it's just not opening, so the refrigerator is not cold. So take a listen. So this section should be open, allowing air to move freely, but it's closed. So sometimes you can reach in and grab it, but the unit is pushed up against the wall, so it's almost impossible. And it's just stuck. So there it goes, see that? And now it's open. So that's the one thing you can do, but then if it closes back, let's see if it opens back again. So a lot of times it's not the motor itself, but there's a shaft that gets stuck. And it just needs a little help. See, there it goes again. So if that happens with yours, you can reach in and just pry it just a little bit. And a lot of times it will stay open, because if the temperature is warm enough, the thermistor will tell it to stay open. The only thing is, when it does reach its temperature and it closes, you're gonna have this issue. So you're better off just replacing it when this occurs. All right, so if you can get something small in there, it's trying to close right now, So it has to be something skinny so that it will open again, like really tiny right there. And now it should open again. Let's see. There it goes. Okay. So it's going to close again. But the motor just goes back and forth. But you just want to make sure that it has the ability, once it's open or once it's closed, to open again. So you want something close down there. It thinks it's closed now, and turning, and it's going to open again. There it goes. Beautiful. So something super, super small, even a tiny screw or something on the edge or anything, but nothing too large, has to be low enough. Watch, let's do it again. Should open again. And the damper is working. So the motor itself is fine. Now I'm going to move this away. Now watch, it's going to close. And it's going to stay stuck. See that? Totally stuck. Alright guys, so right now we're fine-tuning it, and you can hear it making the noise. What we have is a screw. Now I'm going to unscrew slowly, and you'll see when it catches. If you see, we have our screw in. Now it should open on its own again. If not, we're going to turn that screw out just a little bit. Let's see. See, it's trying. So we're going to release or just turn. Oh, there it is. So it's not bad, but we're going to give it just a little more turn. So let me just, so we're going to back the screw out just a little bit. 1, 2. And it should open nice and smooth. Let's see. Look at that. So one screw, guys, maybe a penny or a few dollars, and this will save your entire assembly from being replaced. So I'm going to show you how to connect, because you do have to take it out of the fridge to actually do this repair. Let's watch it again. Closes. And if it's not opening, you need to turn the screw up just a little bit. There it goes. All right, so we're going to unplug this, and I'll show you where the wires are. So you have your blue wire once you unplug it from the refrigerator. That's the blue. And it's the one on, it's only blue wire in the harness, you can't miss it. And this one you'll have to, it's the red and black. It's the fourth, 1, 2, 3, fourth wire in this harness. And it's the harness here. And it's red and black. You want to strip just a little piece, or make it better, insert something, a paper clip, tape it up so that it's well insulated, and you can also use it that way. I went ahead and do this because I just needed a good connection. And as you can see, it is still working. I wanted to just double check, make sure it stays. And this will only be opening, you know, 3 times a day roughly. So it will not be doing this, but it does occasionally. When the fridge is cold enough, it will close, and when it's hot enough, it will open. So the damper opens daily. So you want to make sure that it's able to do that. Alrighty, so I wanted to give you guys an idea how long the screw is. So that's the screw that is inside, the one that I use. Now you can drill a small pilot hole, or you can just screw it in. It's just plastic, it will go right on in. You want to screw it on the inside. So this is the foam piece. This goes against the refrigerator side. 1/4-inch screw and another 1/4 screw, and of course you have like 3 along the edge there. So what you're going to do, once you have this removed, you're going to get your screw inserted, and pretty much you will have to play with how much you need to adjust it. Everyone's damper is going to be a little bit different, but you definitely want to make sure it's all the way inserted, and then you can back it out as much as you need, and then you'll watch this as it closes. If it's making noise, you'll have to reach in and just give it a help. It will open. Unplug the whatever you're testing it with, unplug it, and then you can work on getting your screw in or out, whatever you want to, whatever position you're in. So, and then until it reaches wherever it closes, it opens and closes, then you're good to go. So the screw is about the comparison. That's a dime, and you don't want a screw too big. That's a toothpick. So skinny and short, and Phillips, of course. All right, so that's that. Tension cord. You will strip the ends. The black is your line. The white is your neutral. The blue, I had the blue. I had the blue as the neutral, and the line was over there. You'll have to strip a little piece away, and if possible, you can use a surge protector or something like that when you're doing it, so that if you do get a short, it will trip the surge instead. But make sure you unplug, check your connection before you plug it in. Be safe, and everything should be good. You will have to remove that. Do not energize it with that on. Disconnect that, because you do not want to energize the rest of the board. You will damage it. So unplug it like it is there, so everything is isolated, and then only thing is being energized going to be the damper. All right, guys, enjoy. Also, guys, make sure the screw is stainless. I recommend it. Otherwise, the regular steel screw will be corroded in no time. It's going to be a cold environment, so stainless steel is recommended. It's your fridge, you can do whatever you want, but stainless is what you should use. All right, guys, so if you're not comfortable with the wire setup, I understand. You might be able to, if you have enough length, just leave it plugged into the fridge. You just disconnect, remove your thermistor and all the screws up top, and it's gonna dangle. Just let it hang, and you should have enough room to do what you need to do right there. All right. Chunkus. Trying to make a video here. Can't get any work done right here, huh? Say hello to everybody.